the Central Commission, Minister of Water Resources. Mountain weather is the challenging one. The survey started for mountain weather, especially Himalayan region, Western and Eastern Himalayas, in 1998. So then came the age of modernization in 2006 to 13, when we took up the various new initiatives and digitization took place, and we replaced our manual work with the digital work, and manual decision making with the digital decision making. The first decision support system was developed, where people could compare, comprehend, analyze, and take a decision based on the available observations and models. The number of models also increased during this period. There was a collaboration within various institutes within the country, including IITs and Indian Air Force, Indian Navy, etc. And then this was another development. The first ensemble forecasting system came into picture. People thought that only model will not help with actually ensemble. First, the statistical ensemble came into picture in 2007. And then afterwards, it is based on various combinations, permutations, etc. of the statistical parameters which have got the memory to predict the India crops. Thereafter, the major breakthrough came in dynamical modeling system. Atmospheric global circulation model was developed, climatology was developed with the help of Indian Institute of Meteorology and India Meteorological Department. The seasonal forecast on experimental basis started in 2012, utilizing dynamical modeling. I would say it is a major breakthrough. We moved from statistical modeling and statistical forecasting towards the modeling in dynamical behavior. So this is the monsoon mission, which was taken up in 2012, and now the third phase of monsoon mission is going on, which gave a boost towards the research and innovation with respect to monsoon and associated severe weather. It helped also day-to-day weather. It ensured seamless weather forecasting, that is forecasting from a few hours to forecasting to a few seasons. So this is the operational numerical education models which would come up by 2010. You can see the number. There are many models which came up, and a multi-model ensemble was established by IMD to take a decision to develop the consensus forecast. The extended range forecast commenced experimentally in IMD. Then also we came up with the location-specific forecast with the Commonwealth Games in 2010. So all these were developments in this phase. These are the various phases of the computing system which developed from 1973 onwards. And now all of you know that Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated Orun and Orunika in September 2024. And these two systems now have made possible for Minister of Earth Sciences to have 28 petaflop machine to run various models. So these are the short-range forecast models which came up with the establishment of Commonwealth Games, but afterwards it was utilized operationally, and now we have got many models for short-range forecasting and nowcasting. Okay, now this is the last phase, I will say the age of rapid progress. In the past 10 years, let's look at, there is a rapid progress of India Meteorology Department, expansion of observational network, augmentation of computing system, improvement in numerical modeling, commencement of AI/ML. We are utilizing AI/ML in certain cases, enhanced sectoral applications including urban, power, health, hydrology, environment, agriculture, and transport, augmentation of ICT, so that we have now common alert protocol, social media, APIs, dedicated websites, mobile apps, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India concept. I want to say that IMD is completely self-sufficient. It does not take any support from outside the world. The forecast is provided by its own. Of course, there are collaborations with other countries for collaborative research, development, etc. But the forecast will not stop if anyone does not provide any information from outside India. So that is the self-sufficiency. The air quality forecast commenced based on the clean air program. Multi-hazard early warning system concept came with impact-based forecast and risk-based warning. Now we are providing at district level. For cyclone, it is at village level, impact-based forecast, risk-based warning. We moved from district to block to panchayat level forecast. The concept of Har Har Mausam came up with Mausamgram development. Wherever you click, you will get a forecast. Whether it's day or night, whether you are in a village, whether in a town, you can get a forecast. Forecast is available for each person, each household, at any time, anywhere. The global leadership improved in the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are providing a forecast now. All the countries in Southeast Asia, Middle East, North Indian Ocean, and also Asia Pacific, small island nations. So this is one of the major breakthrough during this period. In 2021, IMD moved ahead and provided a forecast for the entire country. Earlier, forecast was issued only for the average rainfall for the country as a whole. But now you can find the forecast, what is rainfall in Odisha or South Odisha or Balasore district, you can find the seasonal forecast. And this forecast is not limited only to season now. For every month, we are providing this forecast for rainfall and temperature. This is just an example. This was the seasonal forecast for monsoon season 2024. You can find out that whatever the forecast, same thing happened almost. There was the yellow color, what you find here, that was the deficient area predicted, and these are also predicted, became realized. Many areas in Northeast, some parts of Odisha, southern parts of West Bengal, and Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, etc., was deficient. And other regions get excess rainfall, and for the country as a whole, it was excess this year, 107%. The prediction was 106% plus minus 4%. So this is the new system. I'll just leave it. This is the new multi-hazard early warning system concept what IMD has developed indigenously, that we consider all space-based, upper air-based, surface-based observations. It goes in initial condition to the numerical models. At the same time, it goes to forecast to assess the initial status of the atmosphere and ocean. Then we go for the multimodal ensemble. Final forecast is generated. But this final forecast is not simply weather forecast. It is the impact-based forecast. It is converted into common public language in the regional language, and it provided decision makers for the suggested actions. So what is suppose we have different types of models for atmosphere and ocean, etc. This is just an example I will give how the human intelligence still works. This is not simply the model which works and provides the own forecast. This is an example of cyclone Perjai, a cyclone Taute, which is moving near DU, and different types of forecasts issued by different models. I'm showing here on the left-hand side how you'll see that how is the variation about 400 kilometers distance. They are varying from each other. But finally, we give the forecast, what you see on the right-hand side, the red line. That is the forecast track of the cyclone. And finally, it moved there only. So that is the human intelligence, experience, expertise, which helps to interpret, to diagnose the observations and models. And there also there are innovations to develop the technique, like multimodal ensemble technique, and to apply it in various circumstances for common men, including fishermen, the farmers, the ports, the shipping, etc. So these are the impact-based forecasts which are being developed for various parameters like rainfall. You can see the color-coded information are provided based on the various parameters analyzed. I will not dwell upon it. I'll just leave it. This is another example of the storm surge predictions. This is again the impact-based forecast. This is the coastal inundation model run at INCOIS and jointly by IMD. And this provides not only the height of storm surge, but also the extent of storm surge expected to inundate the coastal areas. So this is very helpful to evacuate the people and safety of the people. On the right-hand side, it is the probable maximum storm surge, in which area gets more storm surge, get less storm surge. That we have to say that hazard proneness of the area has been carried out, not only for storm surge, but also all parameters, be it rainfall or heat wave or cold wave, etc., for the entire country. Another example of impact-based forecast I'm just highlighting here because there is enough scope for further research and innovation on this. When I say impact-based forecast, there are information about the meteorological parameters, then the secondary hazards like hydrological parameters, then we have got the geospatial database, then we have got the socio-economic database. All these four layers have to be compared and analyzed to assess the hazard, impact, vulnerability, exposure, and hence the risk. It is being carried out for cyclone purpose, and we're working towards that. And there is enough scope here for all university students, researchers, and professionals to work towards this direction. This is the frontier science globally, where you can contribute. And here there is no bar for only science students. Here the social scientists also play a dominant role. The social scientists also work with IMD for this purpose. So this is just a multi-hazard impact-based forecast. I am telling on the diagram, you can see is the flood, wind, and surge forecast, etc. Now we have gone one step ahead. It is only, I think, India is the second country after the USA. We are not only providing only the hazard impact and risk forecast, but also we are providing the loss forecast. The loss forecast is given in terms of rupees, in terms of the quantity which can be lost. You can see in the right-hand side diagram for Gujarat state, for example, the different exposure conditions like agriculture. What will be the area of agriculture which will be devastated? What is the building which will be affected? What is the essential facility will be affected? What are the transport sector will be affected? How many houses will be devastated? How many electric poles will be uprooted? All these details are given to government 5 days ahead. Then accordingly, government sanctions money, central government sends money to state government. And finally also, it is given to sectors like Steel Authority of India Limited so that they will be ready with the electric poles so that immediately after the cyclone, they can put off the electric poles and resilience can be ensured. Now, with all these developments and whatever research and innovation you have seen during the past, still there are gap areas and challenges. The most important challenge is that there is still lack of understanding of physical processes, interaction between intra-seasonal and internal variability, and large spatial variability of monsoon seasonal rainfall. It is still challenging. So there is scope to work towards that. Extended range forecast, that is the forecast for next 4 weeks. At present, we are providing forecast to 2 weeks only. Beyond 2 weeks, accuracy is very less. So there is again scope here. If you can study well, find out the relationship, develop a model for predicting the convective coupled equatorial waves like Mendelian oscillations, Rossby waves, Kelvin waves, etc., and its impact on the genesis of the weather systems and impact on monsoons, cyclones, etc. It is still a gray area. Extended range forecast is still a gray area. There is enough scope to improve further. The medium range forecast, yes, we have come up with a lot of development, but still mountainous weather. Just for example, the very high rate of rainfall like cloudburst, which causes the huge losses, are still unpredicted. Even cloudburst cannot be detected. The landslide, there is no forecasting in the country for landslides at present. Flood forecasting still needs the solutions. We do not have flood inundation modeling in the country. Of course, it is not IMD's responsibility. What I'm telling you, there is no flood inundation modeling in the country at an operational level. So there is a huge gap. Then fog. Fog is a major challenge in northern India, especially in the winter seasons. Many flights get diverted. If you're planning to come from Balasore, again, we'll think about what is the fog conditions there. Yeah. So therefore, this is still certain issues which needs to be experimented, needs to be understood further, and we have to plan for further improving the forecast. The cyclones, yes, we have come up a long way. We have understood very well to a large extent, but still, I will tell you, there is no aircraft reconnaissance in our region, so we do not know the internal structure of cyclones developing over Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. We do not know the characteristics of the clouds, convection, and radiations, so that we can improve the model physics. But still, we have been very successful predicting the track. Intensity is still a problem, especially rapidly intensifying cyclones. It is a global problem. Here also there is a problem. It can be another research issue where people can work. Mesoscale weather events like the cloudbursts, I told you, heavy rainfall, thunderstorms, lightning, sometimes in some part, FM research. Urban weather is very complex, interacting, and therefore some initiatives are being taken. But still, we have to, I would say, to improve urban weather and plus the 2030 or 40% people population. So we should think about the management system. How can we improve urban flood warning, urban heat island effect, etc. The aviation, yes, as you know that in my life, I tell you, when I joined, it was only 17 major airports. Now we have got 117 major airports. So that we can think about the aviation hazards. The aviation hazards like low level wind shear, turbulence, clear air turbulence, thunderstorms, icing, fog or smog, visibility are the major challenges to be predicted. Now people know that IMD can predict for a few hours. They are asking, we want to plan for 7 days ahead. You tell me how the fog will occur 7 days after. You tell me what will happen to turbulence icing 7 days after. That means they need the increase in lead. The climate change impact on predictability of severe weather is another challenge, and that. So, what are the technological problems? These are the in-house development is required because we cannot depend upon other countries. Self-reliance and economic sustainability can be there only if there is in-house development. And I tell you, there is no such sensor which is being developed in India. All the meteorological sensors are almost imported. So therefore, there is enough scope here for development of technology, the low-cost sensors. Similar radar technology, let's look at the software utilized radars are imported. We do not have our, we may say that we are the software giants, but still we do not have the software for radar technology. Similar like that, we do not have the aircraft reconnaissance, we don't have mobile observing platforms, etc. Modeling technology, as all of us know that these are all customized models, we do not have our own models. And AI/ML tools are being developed But you need a concept of dual engine or digital twins where you can utilize physical models and ML models. There is also development. And at the village level, granular assessment of impact, vulnerability, and risk. So this is the vision for Amrit Kal, and we are planning for 20 years actually now. So when I plan for 20 years, I look back 1999, and now if I just compare 99 to 2024, 5 years, by 2040, what I am writing, development of skill, 3 months and subsequent. There is so these are the 2047 is this is realistic possible if we India will emerge as a global leader. So towards this direction, what are the requirements I have just spelled out here? So low-cost technology has to be developed. Drone-based observation, for example, integrated profiling systems, instrumented towers, and the floral wheels, etc. Then automated prediction systems, then application of a dual engine concept and digital twins, etc. What I'm telling you, then other meteorological services, etc. So of course you have to come for multiple research test bed. We do not have research test bed in the country at present. We are coming up for one research test bed in Bhopal, another in Balasore. We are coming up for understand. So we have to go for multiple research test bed to understand the various research issues and innovations. Similarly, cutting-edge research is required on climate variability, especially monsoon, meteorological drought, desertification, land use changes, etc. There could be national centers, either private or public, to develop. And we are planning now. We are collaborating with various agencies. Now, we can say, for example, FM University has come up with certain development with the centers, etc., to carry out research. So, like that, many universities have signed the MOU, and perhaps I feel, but there should be a very holistic development towards independent center in the country. So this is the future plan, therefore, to have to go for significant improvement in multi-hazard early warning system and disaster risk reduction. Then scope for weather hazard monitoring and forecast to meet early warning for all. The improved value chain. When I say value chain, that means it is observation, then modeling, forecasting, sea weather forecasting, the sectoral applications, including the research and development. The dual engine digital twins concept, people talk about that in every field. Here also there is a need. Improved forecast accuracy, that mission motion, what we have taken off this year, that guarantees 10 to 15% improvement forecast accuracy by 2030. So, so that's what the dual engine concept, when I talk about, that is the objective of converting data into value. And therefore, here the HPC in cloud, that is big data concept, artificial intelligence, machine learning can help, along with the physical models, to create better value for the societal services. So this is the mission motion we are coming up. That we will be strengthening observations in situ and remote sensing, getting better understanding for science, innovation, and methodology, improve our model assimilation and argument of augmentation of HPC, then forecast dissemination, effective communication society. These are the major 4 goals of mission motion, which has been taken up with the initiative of Union Cabinet, Office of the Honorable Prime Minister. Now, in line with the UN initiative for early warning for all, we are not only working for our country, but also we are supporting all the countries in this region where we will be hand-holding for improvement of early warning. So with this, I thank all of you for giving an opportunity to speak on this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Mahapatra. It was really a nice presentation. Can we have 1 or 2 questions, please? Anybody wants to ask any question on the presentation that is given by Dr. Mahapatra? No questions? So thank you very much for the nice presentation. And I'll be summarizing later, sir, regarding the total work. but now we have another speaker. So you can leave now, sir. Thank you. Now I invite Dr. Sri Subodh Kumar Naik, Director, Experimental Establishment at DRDO, Chandipur. Sir, please.
With due permission from the chairperson, I am honored to introduce second speaker of the session, Sri Subodh Kumar Naik. Sri Naik, Director, Proof and Experimental Establishment at DRDO, Chandipur, Baleshwar. With a background in mechanical and aerospace engineering, he has been with DRDO since 1994, contributing to the key defense projects. His leadership at PXC is crucial in advancing India's defense research and technology. Over to you, sir.
May I start, sir? Professor B.B. Mishra, sir, I can use this. I can go to the dais. I can talk from this. I'll start and then. Make it on. Pointer hai kya aapke paas? Anything you got? I'll start from here and go. Professor B.B. Mishra, sir, Emeritus Professor ICAR, the chairman of today's technical session. Previous speaker, Dr. Mrityunjay, sir, DG IMD, Government of India. Professor Santosh Tripathi, sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, who has invited me. Professor Nagaraju, sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Gangadhar Meher University, from where I had studied my 10+2 that time. I passed out from there in 1987. All the Honorable Vice Chancellor from Odisha State University,